Is it something that you are concerned about, the lack of goals for a start?
Not really, because I know you need goals to win games, but you also need to not concede to win games, and we're conceded. I don't think we'll concede anywhere near 60 goals, whatever we conceded last season. I think it's more down to your goal difference rather than goals scored. Obviously, you can score 50 goals, but you can let 70 in, and that can really cost you. I think, obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin being back would be a massive help. I understand why people are worried about him not being fit all season. But like I said, when we lost with Richarlison, who was our top scorer last season, I said, with the goals Richarlison scored, a lot of the goals he scored in games where we lost anyway because of goals we conceded. So you look at the points that his goals won us, and he probably won us about 10 points with his goals. But then when we signed Tarkowski, I spanned that on its head, and I thought, well, we got Connor Cody and Tarkowski now. That partnership might win us, and we've already seen all season. We've won 4 points that we might have got 0 from last season. So you could say our defence being better has probably won us like 4 points already.
Yeah.
And might win us 15 to 20 points this season. That maybe 10 to 15 points, which is what we've lost, or we might have lost less from losing our top goal scorer. And now we've still brought in. I would say we probably brought in Maupay, who, if he doesn't replace Richarlison's goals last season, what he scored on his own, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to replace those because he's going to score more than 5. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I think Gordon will score more than 4. I think Gordon's realising now he can score actual goals. Last season he scored goals, but they weren't. You need to shoot to score, so obviously the goals. But what I mean is proper goals, proper team goals. He's scored goals where he's one on one with the keeper and put a proper finish in the net rather than blasting it in. It's a deflection from outside the box. So I think his confidence that he can score within himself, that he can score goals, will be getting. He'll have it improved. He'll have more confidence. He'll start realising he can score goals now. I'm going to start taking more plays. I'm going to start making more runs in behind because I know I can finish him. He'll be getting better. He'll be missing less chances.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, I think he will anyway. Yeah. I think Gray's playing more games. He played more games last season than he played, for a couple of seasons. He only played 10 for Leverkusen, I think. So I think he'll be getting back into form. He's already scored a couple this season. So I think as long as we can score the same amount, because Wolves finished higher than us and scored less goals, didn't they? I think if we can score the same amount of goals, I think we'll score more anyway. We're not going to concede as many goals, I think, and ultimately I think that's what win your points, because you might score only 1 in a game, but you might get 3 points out of the game, where last season we might score 2 in a game and get 0 points. It was like with Martinez when Lukaku would score 2 goals in a game, and that happened a lot, but we conceded 3 or 4 at the other end. You turn those 3 or 4 games where you score 2, but you concede 3 into score 2, but you keep a clean sheet, then you're getting 3 points, aren't you?
No, it is. It's a big thing, and I think sometimes people worry about the lack of goals without paying attention to conceding. Like you just pointed out, for the last 2 seasons, Wolves have scored less goals than us. Last season, they averaged the goal again. He got 38 goals in 38 games, and the season before, they got 36 goals in 38 games and finished halfway up twice. So there was, I think, 7 teams scored less than Everton last season, and we were struggling to score goals last season. So I look at it that way. I'm with you. I think if Dominic Calvert-Lewin is fit for half a season, he'll get more than 5 anyway, what he got last season, I think. But I think he'll come back and be sound on. I think he'll stay fit, and I think he'll get well into double figures. I think Maupay can. I think Anthony Gordon, I'd expect him to get half a dozen goals. He's already got 2, so I'd expect him to get, which would be more than he got last season. I'd expect the same from Damari Gray. I'm hoping that our centre-backs can get goals.
I expect more from midfield.
Well, the midfield, Onana, I think, can get 3 or 4, definitely. I expect Alex Iwobi to not only score against Wolves this season, I expect him to score against other teams as well. He can't just have this thing as he only ever scores against Wolves and Newcastle last season at home. So he's got to, he got 2 last season. He's got to be getting 4 or 5. If he's not in, Decore's in there, and I expect him. So other players have to come up with the goals. But it's in that final third is where we're looking for the majority of our goals, of course it is. And again, this is why once, the West Ham game, if it goes ahead, there's 12 games with the West Ham game, I think, till the transfer window opens again. It isn't a lot of games, really. So Everton recruitment team must be looking in that area as well. Can we get in a forward who can put the ball in the net side of my wide area or centrally? Can we get that in January? Someone who's going to come in and add to that final third for us. And if we do, then we'd be in a good position. But if we don't concede a lot of goals, quite clearly you've got the opportunity to nick games. You nick games, you're fine.
Well, if you look at Conor Cody at Goodison, Conor Cody scored 4 goals last season, and obviously the one he scored at Everton was the winner because they had a team, and Conor Cody was a massive part of it, being like the leader and the character he is, to grind out games and we'll have games, and we've already had games this season, a few where we struggled to find that goal, what you need is struggling to find that goal, and we didn't do it enough last season. You grind out a point, you get a draw.
If you want to watch the rest of this video, then make sure you join Toffee TV Premier, when you can get access to all our exclusive shows, including live daily videos. Click the QR code on the screen here.